Yeah. Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now. I made mistakes, but now I don't.
19. Dan sementara Kalkut, wah di sini masa kalah sama Kalkut yang notabene secara lama berbeda dengan seorang Jorge Lorenzo. Nah, jawaban Jorge Lorenzo sebenarnya
tahu aku, Kalkut juga tidak merespon apa-apa.
14 hari itu dia mestinya ada pekerjaan untuk backfire buat Yamaha sendiri yang awalnya sempat juga
memberikan tweetnya gitu ya, kita tidak akan melupakan jasanya. Rider-rider muda loh, ya kan?
Ya, soal bagaimana morbidelli yang tahun
Ingridnya, gimana ya? Kebayang
sopan nih.
Egonya kan masih kena.
Dua di kejuaraan dunia.
Nah.
The rise and fall of the circuit here in Portimao. There's been plenty of rise and fall in the World Champ. You would not be surprised if our victory tally, Yamaha, Ducati, the Honda of Stefan Bradler. Head of this one, he's the bookie's favourite. Underway! Good start from Morbidelli. Really good start also from Miguel Oliviera. No, not quite. It is Miguel Oliviera who leads. Dream start then from the Portuguese man, Taka Nakagami. Yeah, Vinales out the seat. These two had a great fight last weekend, of course, in Valencia too. They don't want to let go aspirations of winning his first Grand Prix for KTM on his last appearance. He's got to make those kind of... He go and grab the throttle and drop the clutch off the line. He lost a whole bunch of places, but he's second to last. Was he involved with Pecco Bagnaia? Side of Zarco. Zarco up the inside now of Maverick Vinales. Was that it is 40.091 from your race leader, 7 tenths, nearly 8 tenths clear of Frank. 39.9 across the line, sets the back of the race so far. But going on, Marco and Quattararo down into turn 5. They're all grouping up a second quicker than the Italian behind him. Dobby's now got through on Maverick Vinales. Vinales and Quattararo. So here comes Tech 3 rider, that might be the two-legged star in Portugal. Miguel Oliviera in Portugal, that's for sure. Through up this faded, dramatically tie life. What is it? He's back in the 39s. That's outstanding pace. Yeah, he's a class above the rest right now, that's for sure. Now, there's a couple of for the number 12. The start of his reign as P finally lost 4th place as well. Polispargo is the man on the charge. He's recovered. And the two Honda riders, Crutchlow and Bradle, have their hands full as well, because just behind them with some good pace. Doesn't matter what Morbidelli and Miller do, they just cannot run the pace of Oliveira, simple as that. Nakagami trying to fight his way through. This is going to be a hard watch if you're Lynn Jarvis, isn't it? No problem for Franco Morbidelli. No problem for KTM as well. 2 KTMs in Liga at the moment. He's not running anywhere near the pace he needs to reel in Miller. In fact, last lap he was a couple of minutes and Nakagami hot all over him, trying to find a way through. Behind Polispargo, who's in 4th place. It's a huge gap up to Jack Miller for the 9th or 10th. Simon, I believe you've got some information on what happened to the very unfortunate poor Pecco Bagnaia.
Yeah, he told his team.
Consultation about whether he needs shoulder surgery after that horrible accident he had in Q2. It's Marquez and Dobby both ganging up at Quattararo, but Dobby's gone too deep in, or it's getting a bit tight through turn 1. Joining them is between the 3 Yamaha 2020 bikes, Quattararo, Vinales and Rossi. They're nowhere. The battle for second now, overhead. At the moment as things stand, mighty close to it last weekend in the closest finish we've had. At the moment, we're not getting a repeat of that brilliance because Miguel Oliveira is just long. It's stabilised between that top 3. They all did 140.1 on that last lap. The slightly quicker man by just 1,000th of a second at least to get a point to start his World Championship. Polispargo almost lost the front. Wide goes through a bit. Now he's wide. So deep was Crutchlow. His advantage Espargaro, Crutchlow, and then Bradle keeping himself firmly in contention, saying that this circuit, of course, without the data and information, the experience, Rossi 15th. Miller was the fastest man on circuit last lap. Then it's Bradle. He's still just doing awesome. It's such a great sight to see Stefan Bradle's factory Honda was ripped off in that crash at turn 9. This mood has spoken in glowing terms about the job he's done this year, stepping in to replace Mark Marquez. Get that wrong. I don't know whether they all got sucked in there by Stefan Bradle. Zarco got up the inside of Bradle. That might have just disturbed the X. These tyres start dropping. It's going to become even harder to stay on circuit with these beasts. So sector 2 has been brilliant for Miguel Oliveira, and this is his race pace so far. Ellie? Well, if he has felt any behind Valentino Rossi. Yes, dropped into the mid 141s now. Normally you think in these kind of scenarios, the Suzuki, there's a doom and gloom in the garage today. Commiserating today, unfortunately. Jack Miller is closing. on the taxi. Flat again from Oliveira. Credit to Morbidelli and to Miller. Jack Miller's just the second man in the 12 wins because now he's doing 42s. I don't know whether he's got grip problems. I think that's a bit close between Maverick Vinales and Fabio Quartararo. Valentino Rossi's closed up on these. Vinales are coming on strong again all of a sudden. Vinales in particular, an onslaught coming from factory Yamahas. That was close between Vinales. When he keeps threatening to, and eventually he does, mate. He's going to try, he's going to have a boot go. That's close, they almost have contact. Just doing all he can to try and find a way through on Franco Morbidelli. Well, he did say yesterday, keep an eye on him, he's got great tyre life. Quartararo now loses yet another place of this one. Here is a man who's definitely not struggling. Miguel Oliviera, break away from Jack Miller, who's hanging on in there, as you knew he would do. Yeah, fourth is still Thomas Vinales and Rossi now, as we see Dobby going through on. Is that problems we understand for Juan Mir, which has put him out of the Grand Prix? Well, it was electronic factory GSX-RR. Jack Miller desperately. Jack Miller would love just to get one more well wide. That's Cal Crutchlow's hope to a top six. Really, really tough now. Incredible. Just managing the tyres better than anybody else around it. Beautiful throttle control there. They climb up towards then the last couple of sectors. Hoping for. No, but you have to pay tribute to Immaculate Miguel, don't you? He's been 0.1. Only a tenth quicker than Jack Miller, who was in showdown, doesn't it, between this pair? It really does. Behind Franco Morbidelli over the last 2 weekends. He could write a book on Frankie's riding style. Morbidelli is going to be the top Yamaha man in the championship as well. Unbelievable. The Yamaha helping Morbidelli just he can. Jack Miller still 4/10 off. Franco Morbidelli is holding literally qualifying left in 20s on the grid, and another technical glitch today for a good number of laps now. Rins has just lost 40 to Fabio Quartararo. It's going to go to this man, even if he falls behind Jack Miller.
They went for the asymmetric rear, and it looks like it hasn't worked for the Suzuki.
Of this race, he's played the GP World Championship. He won't even be in the top six the way it's going at the moment. It's the Yamaha engineers throughout the winter. Nakagami. He will not crack, will he? The ice-cold Italian ahead of him. Cal won't see him, and that was close. Yeah, Crutchlow in the early stages was really looking strong to finish. Moving over with him to Petronas Yamaha SRT next year. Another place. Yeah, Alex Marker, keep tyre life with that RSGP. He's got a very sweet handling chassis. He's been trucking, you say.
There
is Hervé Poncharal and his daughter and says, welcome home, Miguel. The whole of Portugal, Valencia 2, take 2 here. He's got to have a look. You know he's going to have a side from Jack Miller. It's the block pass for Morbidelli, holding firm around the outside, and he knows he'll have the inside line in the next corner. Last week. Last weekend in Valencia, looks like Miller's going to take second. Pins at home!